Okay, we're on episode 3, and let's just address the elephant in the room. Survivors. You probably didn't know that I read it. I have never posted anything about it until now, and that's because I'm actually still reading it. I only recently started it. Right now, I have just started The Endless Lake, and am about a third of the way through it. So, Survivors, and I actually really like this, and this video is gonna be a review on Survivors, I guess. So, today I'm going to be drawing some of the characters. I debated which ones, but in the end I decided to go with drawing Alpha, Sweet, Lucky, and Moon. I really wasn't sure who to do for the fourth character, but I just decided on Moon because I like Moon. And also I had an easy picture of her to do. Some of the Survivors characters are just so hard to know what they look like, so yes. I do really like how this turned out though. So now let's talk about how good it is. I really like Survivors so far. I think so far it has been really good as an Erin Hunter series. I'm not sure if I should consider myself an expert since I'm still reading Warriors, currently on River of Fire, and I haven't even started Seekers, unless you count just like the first chapter. So, yeah. But I do think that Survivors is genuinely a good series, which is a good start to it. And even though I'm not sure how much I love The Empty City, I think it gets much, much better after that. And it has some really interesting characters. I especially really like Alpha. He may not be kind, but he's definitely an interesting character. And he is the easiest choice for me to do. Alpha is interesting, tame in ways, but not always. He can be tame, but he's incredibly strict. And I definitely wanted to carry that over in his design. I think I wanted to break canon a little bit with this design because I definitely think that he needs a design different to the official one. So this is more of how I imagine the Survivors characters. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add the black bits on Alpha's face, but in the end I did decide to, after I felt like he was just too unrecognizable. So, yeah, we have Alpha, and it was really fun to draw him. I definitely would like to draw more Survivors characters in the future. I especially love the hidden enemy, and Alpha was probably the main reason why I did so much. So, now that we've done Alpha, let's move on to Sweet, but not before we finish Alpha. We can't leave him in the middle of this design. I always imagined him with raggedish fur, and it was definitely hard to add the wolf-like features of him when I thought about it, but once I got to the point of doing it, it was actually really easy. I am not good at drawing dogs, but Alpha's design really clicked with me, and I just love how it turned out. So, I hope you like my designs. This is one of the first times I ever tried to draw a Survivors character, so if it looks bad, I am sorry. But, yeah, so now we're moving on to Sweet, who was reasonably easy to choose. Sweet is an interesting character, and I like her, but I do feel like there are some things that are a little inconsistent with her. So I wanted her design to represent it, but I had no idea how to show that. And in the end, I just couldn't work out a way to do that well. But I do like how my suite design ended up. And I honestly really like this better than the official design. I think Sweet looks nothing like she should in the official design. First of all, I decided that with changing her, I wanted to make her look a little more scrawny and not super ready. I wanted her to look kind of scared, and I wanted her to look like she had really. I wanted to show her past, because we all know that, we all know about her past pack, or at least we know a little about it. So I thought it was important to reflect that in her design. And I do really like how this turned out. And yes, the spots. I gave Sweet spots. This is not canon, but I'm using them. I like how they look, and I am not apologizing for doing it. So, yeah. And once Sweet was finished, then it was time to move on to our main boy, Lucky. And honestly, this was probably the one I was least interested in. Lucky isn't my favorite character for a protagonist. I have nothing against him, but I think we could definitely see better, especially with how many good protagonists we've seen in other series. I don't think he's level with any of the other ones. Not that I don't think he's good, but he's definitely nowhere near as good as characters from Warriors or Bravelands. These are like Fearless, Firestar, Leafpool, Squirrel Flight, and so many others. But I do still think he's interesting. I wasn't too thrilled about drawing him, but I knew I would have to get used to it. I mean, he's the main character of the series after all. And I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying I don't like him as much as some other characters. But I do like how my drawing of him turned out. It may look really simple, but I think Lucky has quite a simple personality, so I think it isn't too far off. And yes, next of all, I chose Moon. I had no idea who to draw, but I definitely wanted a fourth character. Since this was a review, I wanted to do quite a few characters. 3 probably would have been enough, but I already did draw 3 characters in one episode with my Fearless, Thorn, and Mud drawing. I still love that drawing, but I definitely wanted to draw at least 4 characters. Especially since there I hadn't drawn anyone who isn't insanely important to the plot. So now I'm drawing Moon. I definitely considered drawing Fiery, but my design for Fiery is a whole different breed from canon, crazily different breed. I imagine Fiery as Lucky, but with darker colors and bigger. That is nothing like how he actually looks. But I do think I imagine Moon very similar to the canon design for Moon. So I hope you like this. If you enjoyed the video, maybe consider subscribing. I'll definitely be doing more eye draws, and I'll definitely be doing more Survivors videos. So if you like this, thanks. Thank you for watching this, and I'm just happy. Alright? Bye.